So Frida,
Yes.
when I was thinking about this topic, we want to unravel or demystify what you call instant gratification. And I don't know, when I told you about instant gratification, what came up in your mind?
All right. I think what I thought about when you talked about instant gratification was addiction.
Addiction.
Yeah, because I was trying to think of examples.
Yes.
I was trying to think of examples of what really is instant gratification. So addiction was the first thing that ran in my mind, and,
Yes.
and the reason it stuck with me the whole week is because I once visited what they call rehabilitation centers,
Rehabilitation centers.
and
Yes.
we were supposed to learn from the nurses there, and they were teaching us that once the addicts we were interacting with were heroin addicts.
Okay.
So they were teaching us that once the patient gets their very first dose of heroin,
Yeah.
even if it was by mistake or just a one-time thing, they get so high and they will never be able to achieve that high again in life. So the next time they decide to go looking for that drug again,
Yeah.
they will try to, the brain will try to maybe try to stimulate itself
It's
to
okay.
see if they can get back to that high,
yes,
but it's not possible to achieve that first high. So they add on to the dose.
Okay.
So they keep adding on and adding on and adding on. And then what happens is, with addiction, there's release of dopamine.
Dopamine.
Yeah,
yes.
it's one of the happy hormones
Hormones, yes.
of the brain. So that dopamine is, and those are the hormones like norepinephrine, adrenaline. Yeah. So those are the things that make one feel, that rush, that high. So that once it's released like that, and once someone keeps stimulating their brain to release the hormone like that, they are not able to. The brain is not able to, like, they alter the receptors. Where the hormone binds, usually, they alter the receptors. So the brain becomes dependent, like, it becomes dependent to, such high levels of the hormone. Yeah? That's why the addicts keep going to look for more.
Okay.
They keep wanting more because
Yes,
they want to
yes.
achieve the first high they had, and it's not possible to achieve.
Okay.
So, and it's very hard. I was even thinking about those who are alcoholics, and thinking about when they are on their journey to recovery,
Yes,
they
yes.
get relapses,
Relapse, yes.
like they
yes.
have avoided alcohol for such a long time, and
Yes.
then all of a sudden they are triggered and something triggers them, and they relapse. So when I thought about instant gratification, I thought about wanting that, if for an addict, it's wanting to experience that pleasure, but there are so many other ways to attain, to get that pleasure, but because they already expose themselves to it, they want to get it through the drug, and the drug is like a shortcut, because you can stimulate your brain in many ways.
Yes.
Some people stimulate their brains by going to achieve what do I call it? I'm looking for the word. Those people who are adrenaline junkies?
Okay.
There are people who keep aiming higher. They're not doing something bad. For example, say, let me give an example with myself. I love surgery so much. So say maybe in the future I want to, come up with something that somebody has never done before.
Yes.
So I get an adrenaline rush, and when I get it, because my brain is stimulated, the next time I want to
get to know another higher level.
I want to get to another higher level. You see, I'm not doing something bad,
Yes.
but then it's kind of stimulating my brain.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think the drugs are like a shortcut.
Shortcut,
Yeah.
yes. And you're talking about drugs, and I remember, I think I mentioned to you about, antibiotics.
Yeah.
And I think actually, the other day, I'm walking home, but I feel as if I'm having a sore throat.
Yeah.
Then I feel, no, I think I need to buy some antibiotics. Just my mind telling me, hey, buy some antibiotics. But then I get to the hospital, it's a clinic. I tell them I want antibiotics for 2 days. I don't know what my mind was telling me. I told
Yes.
them I want antibiotics for
2
days.
days.
No test, no nothing.
Yes.
But luckily the doctor told me, no, we don't do that. We
Yeah.
don't give half a dose, we don't. So unless you want to buy. So I was like, what do you mean? I just need 2 days. So I, and later on I discovered that was me trying to, satisfy myself or gratify, myself immediate, instantly.
Yeah.
Like I'm feeling a sore throat, so I just need some 1 or 2 antibiotics, just clear that throat, and then I'm good to go.
Yeah.
But then you realize that sometimes life doesn't work like that.
No,
And I
life
really
doesn't.
appreciate that doctor. I think I should go back. I didn't talk to him, I was like,
Yeah.
then I walked, and I think later on I discovered that he understands his profession, and I
Yeah,
think that's me trying to get instant gratification. And then Fridah, there's something we call delayed gratification,
Yeah.
where yes, I want to be stimulated at this particular moment, but then when I consider the outcome, or maybe consider the reward that I'll get immediately, and then be a reward that I'll get maybe after sometimes if I wait, maybe the reward that I'll get maybe after some time is bigger than the reward that I'll get. So I delay that gratification, waiting for this bigger, beautiful reward.
Yeah.
Wow. So, and I think the aspect of instant gratification has been exacerbated by the fact that we are living in a technological world, where so many things are happening online, where we are posting, filtered photos on our, or the best photos of us on restaurant and all that stuff.
Yes.
We rarely post those, not nasty, but those photos early in the morning when we wake up.
Yeah, sure.
We don't post. We post photos after we fine tune them and then we post them.
Yeah.
And I think living in that kind of world, Fridah, always stimulates us. And I think I want the next big thing.
Yes.
I want to get the next pizza. When is Tuesday coming? I need, you get.
Yes,
Did I touch anything on pizza?
Yes.
So I think that kind of lash, like you're saying, that desire to satisfy, we call them impulses.
Yes.
Something hits you and then you want to satisfy that impulse immediately. And sometimes, like you're saying, it doesn't really work for us always, especially like let's say you're talking about drugs. Yes, I want to be high at this moment, but it's detrimental to my health.
Yeah.
Yeah, or it kind of prevents me from achieving a better reward in the future.
Yeah.
And that's what you're saying. It's instant gratification first as a delayed gratification.
Yeah.
I want it now.
Yeah.
If not now, never.
Never.
Yes.
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 Definitely explore. And you know, James, when you talked about, when we began talking about the marshmallow test, a scripture came to mind.
Yes.
There's a scripture in, I think, 2 Corinthians that says, "For our light affliction is but for a moment." I think I should read.
Yes.
Let me read this Messenger version. It says, "So we are not giving up. How could we? Even though on the outside it often looks like things are falling apart on us, on the inside, where God is making new life, not a day goes by without His unfolding grace. These hard times are small potatoes compared to the coming good times. The lavish celebration prepared for us, there is far more here than meets the eye. The things we see now are here today, gone tomorrow. But the things we can't see now will last forever."
Wow.
You know, when you talk about, this instant gratification thing, James, I think we have so many examples, even in our walk of faith. Like how Jesus came and He knew, I'm coming here because I'm coming here because I have a purpose. I want to, I'm coming here to die so that I can, save mankind. You see? So Jesus was walking on earth knowing that my Father is the creator of the heavens and the earth. There's even a point He prayed to God and He was telling God, "Take this cup away from me. But if it's not your will,
let it be done."
Yeah, let your will be done. So, Jesus was, even Him, His human side was wanted, that instant gratification. He wanted the shortest way out.
Yes.
And
I think that is one of the best examples that we can learn about instant gratification. Yes, I don't want to go through this ordeal.
Yes.
But
Yes.
if it means saving someone,
Yes.
then I'll rather go through it.
You see? So
Yes.
there are examples everywhere, especially in our walk of faith. So
Yes.
some of us, and I think from the broadcast we had today, Pastor Lucy talking about how God has protected us with
Yes.
a wall of fire and
Yes.
you know all
Yes.
that. And then she said sin entices us, and then when we allow sin in,
Yes.
it
Yes.
breaks the wall of
Exactly.
fire
Yes.
around us.
Yes. Yes.
And you know, she was saying that, you know, with St. James, it's like when you choose God, you have to also understand that there are terms and conditions. That is what
Terms and
Pastor Jeff
condition.
said. So you have to draw the line.
Yes, you have to draw the line.
You have to draw the line. You know
Yes.
that scripture that says, blessed is the man who does not walk
Yes.
with the ungodly, does not
yes.
sit in the seat of the scornful.
Scorners, yeah.
You know all that. So you have to draw the line and decide. It looks cool to be modern,
Yes.
but there is a point, there's a line
There's
I
a
can't
line.
cross.
Yes, and it's because there's a better,
Yes.
a more enduring one that I'm looking forward
Yeah,
to.
because you look at it this way, James. I will do this thing that is going to be sinful before God.
Yes.
And for what? Because I want to please my friends, or because maybe there's I'll get more cash. You know, like when you're asked to bribe someone so
Yes,
that you can
yes,
get a
yes,
position
a way
or
out,
get,
yes,
you
yes.
know, I will do this thing, and then maybe I will lose my position in God. I will.
Yeah.
I will have to go back to God and then start again from square one. You know, the guilt and all that it will eat you away just because you could not, you know, like wait, because God promises that He's for us and not against
Yes,
us. He has
sure,
good plans
sure,
for us.
for
So
us,
if
yes,
we were
yes.
patient enough, if we endured,
Yes.
you know, not looking for the easy way out,
Yes, yes.
and you know, looking to make like fast wealth, like making wealth in.
Fast.
Yeah,
Yes.
like you want to be wealthy and you want to be wealthy now, so you go looking for the easy way out, you know. But if you endured and followed God's plan, you know, you could find God has a very huge door He's waiting to open for you, but He's testing your patience.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so if you can delay that gratification and decide, I'm not going to bribe. I know that's what people are doing, and the
I'm
people,
not.
and there are even people who have done it and they are wealthy.
Yes.
There's
yes.
evidence. It's not that there's not evidence.
Yes,
But
yes.
then there's more, like the scripture has said, there is more here than meets the eye.
There's more here. I like that scripture.
Yeah, there's more here than meets the eye, you know.
Yes,
There's
yes.
more to it. Yes.
Small potatoes compared to coming good times.
Yes.
Amazing. And I think, Fridah, we can explore and the benefits.
Yeah.
Why? I think, Fridah, even us as individuals, the reason why we are able to achieve
Yeah.
some of the things we're able to achieve
Yeah.
is because at some point we said no to some things and said yes to some other things.
Yes.
And so we delayed some
Yes.
things that could have the opportunity to do,
Yes.
but we didn't because we were looking forward to something better
Yes.
in the future. And this is amazing. I think we can go on and bring more examples of instant gratification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, James, I think examples are everywhere.
Yeah,
Like
they're
even
everywhere.
saving. Think
Yes.
about saving.
Yes.
Let me just give this example before we go to saving. Another day, I was just about getting tired of blogging. And then I saw your message,
Yes.
Ati, what's your 3-month plan for your blog? I was like,
Oh, yeah. I asked you that deliberately.
Yes, so I think because, you know, when you just begin, people are cheering you on.
Yes.
You know, everyone is like, you know, go for it. This is your first blog. Everyone comments, you know, everyone, you know, comments. But then as you continue, you realize even your content is, you're having a challenge with content and all that. But then it's easy to give up when you don't get those comments and when you don't get those shares and likes and all that, yeah?
Yes.
And you know, most people will give up. You know why? Because they want the first, you know.
First reaction. That
Yeah.
takes us back to the dopamine.
Yeah, the dopamine, by the way.
And it's so funny, Fridah. I think you say it's a happy. I think I had something on dopamine.
Yeah.
And it's good, my viewer, maybe to understand dopamine is a neurotransmitter that helps control your brain reward and pressure centers. It motivates you to take an action towards your goal and give you a lash of reinforcing pressure when you achieve each goal.
Yes.
For example, I think when you post something on your blog,
Yes.
there's something you're looking forward to. And mostly,
Exactly. Yes.
in a normal situation,
Yes.
you know, it's a like, a comment, you
Yes,
know,
yes.
that kind of thing. Eh? And when you get it, there's that lash of dopamine. Wow, I've achieved that goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when these things, even when you you know, you get a notification, like wow, ding ding, a notification. You're
Yes.
like wow,
Yeah, you
and you
check.
like yes, that's dopamine. And so
Yes.
what you're saying is very, very true.
Yeah.
Very true. And we need to manage this. That's what we need to manage. That those are temporarily satisfaction.
Yeah.
But maybe if you don't manage it,
Yeah.
could come in the way of a long-term kind of goal. Or
Yeah. You think about eating fast foods and junk.
yes, yes,
And you
yes.
know, one time, Dad was telling me that you must be very careful
Yes.
not to cause permanent damage on your body because of a season. You know,
Yes.
like if someone is having a stressful season and then they start overeating,
Yes,
you know, there are
yes,
people
yes.
who
You
overeat
when
when
they're
they are
stressed,
stressed.
yes, yes.
So they overeat and overeat, or there are others who forgo food just because they are stressed, they lose their appetite.
Yes.
And if one is not careful, like the ones who forgo food, they could develop things like ulcers.
Yes.
And you know now that's a condition that takes a long time to,
Like try,
it's like a long-term
Yes.
condition. Then someone who overeats can get obese.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then the weight
Yeah,
refuses
yeah,
to,
yeah.
you know, they try everything after that and the weight refuses to,
become hard,
yeah,
yes,
it
yes.
has become an issue. They now become prone to heart conditions just because of a very short season that you were stressed and you forget that this season will come to an end and then another season will come because seasons are controlled by God, you know. So you think about eating fast foods and think about, you know, the aspect of exercise. When someone says, I want to lose this weight, you know, someone will wake up in the morning and decide, I am going to lose this weight. And there's a time I started jogging and I jogged for 3 days and I decided I am not doing this again, you know.
Okay.
So if with exercise and gym and eating healthy diets
Yes,
and all
yes,
that,
yes, yes.
one could give up because they are thinking, I
Yes.
have been jogging for 3 days and
Yes.
I'm not seeing any change. I haven't lost any weight.
Yes.
And maybe someone will jog for a month and then they will only cut 2 kgs.
Yes.
And then they will decide, I'm done. And if they could have just, you know, continued with the next month,
You never know, yeah.
yeah, you see?
yeah.
So I think the aspect of instant gratification is because we want to lose weight and we want to lose it now.
Now, if not now, and you didn't take 1 day or 1 week to get that weight.
Exactly. You didn't gain that weight overnight.
Overnight.
So you can lose it overnight, you see?
We want it now, if not now, never.
Yeah.
Wow. So Fridah, maybe we can try and maybe help our viewer. How do you manage this aspect of instant gratification? Is there a way that, you know, either in terms of how you think, in terms of how you carry, you know, you carry yourself, do we have some things we can employ to help us manage that impulse that is telling us do it now, do it now, do it now, you know, or that help us, okay, I think, yes, I am tempted, I feel like I need to do this, but because of that, I'll rather wait.
Yes.
What can we do? Maybe you can help us maybe explore. What can we do?
I think there are many things we can do, but I think the most important thing anyone can do is have a vision.
A vision.
And write it down. You know that scripture in
Yes,
Habakkuk
yes,
chapter 2 that
yes.
says, write down your vision in bold letters. I think the most important thing, you know, when it comes to delaying and having instant gratification, I think the most important thing any one of us can do is have a vision. You know, I like it when you share about have a bigger picture. And when we did the consistency
Yes, yes.
show,
Yeah.
we talked about having the bigger picture helps you maintain consistency.
Yes.
So say, let's say, let me give an example with myself. Say I'm doing medicine.
Yes.
So for me what has helped me endure all those years of school and what will keep me in school and,
Yes.
you know, not
Yes.
give
Yes.
up is because I have a vision and I know where I'm headed.
Yes.
And I know that to get there, I have to endure.
Yes.
You see? I read a book that says vision is a picture of the future that creates passion.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
see?
yeah.
So when you have a vision, you have a picture in mind. You know, you're not thinking about just now. You know, there are people who only live in the moment.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't think about their future self.
Sure.
They don't think what's going to happen to me in the future, you know. So when you have a vision, it gives you direction, and then it gives you discipline, you know.
Yes.
Like say, even in your walk of faith, say I have a vision that there are people who come from families that have a lot of generational and ancestral things, and they need a lot of prayer and maybe fasting and growing in the spirit to cut off those things. But then it doesn't just happen. You don't just wake up and say, Father, in the name of Jesus, and then everything disappears. It's a process of building.
It's a process.
Yeah. So you need to write down your vision and say, I am working towards this goal. I'm going to do everything it takes to see that my family is liberated. So I have to keep on praying. I have to keep on fasting. I have to keep on reading the word. I have to keep on consulting and, you know, following my spiritual leaders and all that, so that I can see that we are liberated, you know. So everyone has to write down their vision. That vision gives you direction. It helps you keep the momentum, you know, because you have a picture in mind. Like now, say about jogging, and if you want to lose the weight, you have to sit down first. Don't just wake up one morning and say, I'm jogging. If you do that, tomorrow you will not jog. Trust me, your limbs will be too sore, everything will be too sore, you won't be able to jog. So maybe what you should do is have a picture in mind. Say, now maybe I'm 100 kg, but I would like to lose this weight, maybe go to 65 kg, maybe in the year or in some months. Write it down. You know, when you do that, you're able to, even when things get tough, you remember, I need the 65 kgs. I need to go back to 65 kgs.
Your mind is tuned to the direction you're headed.
Your mind is tuned there, and then have reasons. You know, when you have a vision, you're like, why am I doing this?
Yes, the why.
The why, you know, I'm doing this because I'm becoming obese, and it's very unhealthy, and I could become prone to heart conditions and blood pressure issues and all that, you know. So it's very, very important for every one of us to have a vision, because I read in your blog, there's a blog you wrote about instant gratification. I think you did a blog on that. And I think that this was the first statement. If you cannot paint a vivid picture of the future, you have little motivation to plan for it.
Definitely. And that's key. Now, there's a lady called I get the name, it's kind of a complicated name, but she has studied willpower. And there's something she tells the solution to the willpower. And what she says is, if you want to build a motivation towards your goal, you have this picture of a future self. Maybe a 40, 50, 60-year-old self in the future. And now you today, and you're having a conversation with this person, the future self. The current self, and you are trying to get maybe asking, what are you thinking the current self, you know, what are you grateful for that the current self did to get where you are. I know they're having a conversation. When you start looking yourself maybe 50 years from now, the kind of life you'll be living, the kind of house you want to live in, the kind of people you want to be allowed you, you know, the kind of even car you want to drive in, the amount of savings you need to have made. You know, when you have this big picture, like you're saying, of the future self, and now you are here today, you are better able to plan for that. You're able to delay that urge to go and get a snack, that junk, because you know, I don't want my future 60-year-old to blame me for taking junk today. And I think because we don't have a vision, that's why we really, you know, stop by and say, oh no, it looks delicious, man, but I don't want it for now.